Hello, everybody. This is me, Jay Bongo, and this is the rare vlog that we sometimes have on this channel. Nobody did anything wrong. I'm not talking about any recent events. I'm not bringing that up. The only thing I want to talk about is YouTube, really. And it's not even recent drama YouTube has done or anything, just kind of where this site has gone and why I haven't really changed anything on here in response to just how YouTube has been for the past since 2010 really. Ever since the first adpocalypse, YouTube has been annoying, for lack of a better word, for a lot of creators that really got their start on the platform when it was young, like Nigahiga, like a lot of earlier YouTubers. Niga Higa though, or Ryan Higa, is the biggest example of how bad it's kind of gotten. Because man quit YouTube. He's not uploaded a YouTube video since 2020. That's how you know how bad it is. And it's just left a lot of the site has left a lot of a sour taste with its newer creators, with its older creators, and creators in between, where I feel like I kind of am. I'm not particularly new, but I'm not particularly old either. I've been here since 2012. So I kind of joined YouTube when it was already still kind of getting to where it's not in a great place. And yeah, it's stuff like that that's just it makes it irritating to be on this site. It makes it difficult to really want to create and just broadcast yourself, which is what the whole point of this site is. The whole point of this website is broadcast yourself. And I feel like a lot of people and YouTube in general and the corporate level have kind of forgotten that. And unfortunately, I feel like they had to kind of make these changes because of just how, fickle advertisers are. I'm not making an excuse there. I'm saying they do have a reason for it, and it's not great, it's not wonderful. But the problem I'm having is you can't really be yourself. You can only be like the corporate approved version of yourself, which is what everyone who has ever criticized this website has said on some level and in some way. That YouTube only wants the corporate acceptable version of you, not whatever you want to be. I'm gonna be really honest here. I'm not the most exciting creator out there. I know that. I know a lot of you know that. Um, the way I speak is pretty, like this. Um, and, there's. I could give a hoot here or there whether this gets popular or not, or whether, YouTube or YouTube changes its ways, or I decide to just solely be on Twitch and less on here, which is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm always going to be on here. I'm always going to say what I want to say when I want to say it and how I want to say it. Just period. That's never going to change. Ever. With the few constants that we can have on this website is that some creators can just refuse to not change. And yeah, we'll suffer for it. I've suffered for it. If I gamed the system as soon as I started and just monopolized on doing pet video, pet video, pet video, and just kind of became the animal person or just became the gameplay person, and I just stuck to that niche, then yeah, I would probably be rolling in it right now, or I'd probably be like freaking, I'd be up there with freaking like Pewds or freaking Jacksepticeye or whoever. And I'm just kind of giving examples of people who have a lot of subscribers. I'm not saying that they've done anything seedy or malicious that I'm going to bring up in this video. Um, because to be fair, recently Peards really hasn't, and Jack is just there because again, high sub count. If I gamed the system, then absolutely I would have had like maybe 1 million and growing at that like this point. Because let's be fair, I'm gonna low estimate myself at 1 million, maybe, if that, maybe like in the 100K region. But I don't care about doing that. I don't, and that appeals to some people, and that's why some people do stick around here, and that's fine. But the question that's going to be the title of this video is, why am I still doing this with all the problems that YouTube has? And it's quite simple. I believe in that slogan still. I believe in broadcast yourself, even when this site has become everything but a platform where you can broadcast your authentic self. You know, and it's a release. It's stress release. Stress, not even just stress relief, stress release. You know, it feels good to just talk into a camera and not look insane because I normally talk to myself. So, I normally talk to myself just to, like, occupy the time to fill in the empty void that is the silence that we all have to deal with in life. But with this, I don't have to do that. I can just do that on camera, and that's just me either entertaining you or broadcasting just who I am, what stresses I'm dealing with. This is a journal for me. It didn't start out as a journal. I foolishly thought at 2012 that I would make I'm gonna be the next Markiplier or some kind of shit. And I did think that. I really did. But then I thought, there's already so much going on in my life at that point, and it was 2012. Like, what's a teenager got going on? Well, undiagnosed autism, uh, a whole heap of other issues. I've had to change my outlooks on life more than a handful of times. More than that, I'm still kind of doing that sometimes, and just trying to figure out who I am. And just this is outside of J Bongo right now. This is just like, for the longest time, I didn't know who I was. And I feel like I'm still going to have that question for a very long time if I'm doing things correctly. Because over time, I kind of get that you're really, over the years, sort of develop who you are. And it's from the parts that you find. And it's not going to look pretty, but it's you. And that's fine. But in part, what I'm trying to get to here is YouTube is my space. It's not my space. It's my space. you know. I just realized how that sounded right there, and I was like, no, YouTube is not my space. It is not that at all. Um, but it is a space that I call home. It's one of the many homes that I have. I have a home on Odyssey as well. I haven't uploaded to Odyssey in a while, and that's just because I have been more active on here and more active on Twitch. Um, also have I also have TikTok now. Still, I think I linked that in a short, but I have TikTok now. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I'm probably just going to use that for stream announcements at this point, or maybe short form stuff and memes. I don't know. I have a few things up. I made it on a whim after, no, before jury duty. I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to install TikTok. Yeah. So I have that going. I'm kind of like an internet nomad. Everywhere I go, it's not really going to have. It's going to have me there, but I'm not going to be doing the same thing on a lot of other platforms. Odyssey is a little bit different from that because it is going to just be entirely vlogs and very little, if any, gameplay or Twitch VODs or anything like that. And Odyssey, I could be a lot more unfiltered. I can curse a lot more. And I know I've probably cursed at some point in this video. I curse so much that I don't even remember if I've cursed or not cursed at any given conversation. Because it's such a local part. It's such a like integral part of the vernacular. Outside of YouTube, I'm also working on a TTRPG project called Radstorm. Name pending because it might change. It's going. I'm going to try to make a very simple, easier to understand and get into TTRPG. It's going to be indie. It's going to be low cost. It's going to take years to make, but this is where I am with that, and with more in the future. So I've been pretty busy. I've been doing art. I've been trying to get back into voice acting. I have a lot of stuff going on. So again, like this channel really helps kind of channel all of that stress just kind of out there. And it's not even that I'm just sitting here complaining like, oh, I've got so much to do, I've got this and that, and like I don't have to just complain on here. And sometimes to vent that stress, I just talk about something else. And it's perfect. It's perfect for that. I don't need to do anything else on YouTube. I don't need to do skits. I can do VODs instead of just Let's Plays, which the VODs pretty much just serve as like a long play kind of series. Like that's what I've approached Twitch as. It's just these long plays of video games. And yeah, it's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch, but it's stuff I like doing. I love doing that. And I feel like a lot of what this site has forgotten is just that YouTube is made to do stuff that you like as a creator. Hey, yeah, it's great if other people like that, but this is stuff that you find interesting. Somebody is posting online about smithing or something, it's because they are smiths themselves. They like smithing. This is their thing. Or if they like antique lighters, that's their thing. They present antique lighters. If they just like sitting in front of a camera and talking, because that's welcome on YouTube. That's absolutely valid. We don't have to keep pushing this. Like every YouTuber needs to freaking take the bar and chuck it to Saturn. We don't need to go that fucking hard. We shouldn't have to. This is just supposed to be about broadcasting you. And that long-form content absolutely has a place here. Vlogs absolutely have a place here. Every form of content known to man should have a place here. And it used to be like that on YouTube. And I wish we could return to form in a way that makes sense. But I fear with all the money and the money and the money just kind of like shilly-shallying all over the place, it's just not possible. So I'm just going to be the rebel yell that keeps posting crap because I want to. I like posting crap. That's what it amounts to. I am okay with being a low quality, low effort content creator because I'm not gonna put up an act. I'm not gonna pretend I enjoy something that I absolutely fucking hate. And vice versa. I'm not going to pretend to hate something that I actually really like. Like, for instance, I'm a pretty OG Ruby fan. I know the show isn't absolutely perfect by any stretch of the word. Actual C-rate show, but I fucking love it. Alright? Because there's passion in that shit. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to get out. Like, YouTube for me is just a way to get shit out there. If you're on YouTube and you do some small content, or even if you just comment, why do you stick on? Let me know in the comments. Why do you stay on this site after everything? And I think that getting that conversation rolling on what we want out of this site is so important because we're all sharing this part of the internet. So, yeah, we can't all get together, but a lot of us can. So, with that, I have been Jay Bongo. You all have been amazing, as always. And I will see you in the next video, stream, whatever I'm doing. As a reminder, just as a quick reminder before I go, the streams for this week are going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and next week we'll start again with Sunday. It's only going to be 2 this week, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't worry. It'll be okay. All right. Peace, y'all. Love you.